And as we get to the door, I'm putting my hands on the door frame. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. Help me, Jesus. Like,
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Mario, and I have with me DJ Tyree. He's our guest for today. So I met him actually through my wife. They went to school together. I guess we went to school together too, but he's 2 years behind me, so he's a little bit younger. And
yeah, I'm a lot younger.
And it shows. I'm just kidding. So anyway, DJ, you want to talk a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, my name is DJ Tyree. I do have a YouTube channel myself called, it's just my name, d.j.tyree on YouTube. I'm a singer, dancer, actor, web personality, and so I was really excited when he reached out to me about this. First off, I love seafood boils, I love crab legs. They're the best thing that ever happened to me. So, so yeah, I was like, I'm down. And then like, he's just an awesome person, and like, I liked his content from his other videos that I saw. So yeah, I'm excited to have a good time.
Let's get started. I think first we should start by making some drinks.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I'm actually gonna drink is something called a paloma, which is like tequila with like grapefruit juice-ish soda of some sort, and a lot of citrus. So
yeah, I'll take what you have.
You wanna have that?
Yeah. Can you add a little grenadine in mine?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, what tequila is that? I've never seen that before.
This is Cazador, or whatever the hell this is. It's not Cazadores. I hate that. That's the worst tequila I've ever had in my life. It almost killed me once.
You're like, it's like bathtub gin. Yeah.
So this is Coralejo. I might blur this out because they ain't paying me.
Right. Well, you might get a sponsor from that. Don't blur it out.
Just kidding, Coralejo. Y'all listen to this. I drink y'all on a regular, every day before breakfast. So I don't really measure. I'm kind of a loose pour.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. Sorry. You gotta keep an eye on me.
Right, yeah.
Seems about right. Okay.
I'm like, who's driving?
It's early.
As
we can walk it off.
Yeah, if you drink earlier in the day, and then by the time you need to drive home, then you should be good.
I'll let you put whatever citrus you want in yours, so that I don't touch your, COVID and everything.
Right, because we got Corona going on.
I usually like to squeeze like quite a few lemons in there, in mine, just because I like appreciate the juice. And you can put as little or as much as you want of citrus, because that's going to help cut the tequila so you don't really taste too much of it, and then you can drink more of it.
Yeah, I used to be awful with tequila. Like,
really?
Yeah, I remember I went to Chicago once, and I drank so much tequila, like shots, that when I went back, they were like, "I'm sorry, guy, we're out." Like,
no way.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Like,
you drunk them out of tequila?
Yeah, I was shocked and a little pissed off because like then I had to switch to like what else? I switched to Crown. I switched to Crown Royal Apple. It was okay, but I'd much rather drink tequila.
One of the worst headaches I got recently, I gotta say that because it's true, was from like drinking Crown Apple and Red Bull. It tasted
that actually
so
sounds good.
It tasted so good, I just kept knocking them mothers back.
But I think it's probably because of the sugar content.
Yup, I think that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put some squirt in there.
Because that's what happens with me. If I drink like really sweet wine and like I drink it like back to back to back, it can have a tendency to give me a headache the next day. Mm-hmm. And not even the next day, later on at night.
Right, you're not even done drinking yet.
Right, I'm like, I didn't even get to the good part yet.
Throw a splash of grenadine in there for you. Tell me when to stop.
Good. That looks so summery.
I know.
Like,
for real. I hope it tastes good. Alright. Let's try it out.
Okay.
Yep, I can live with that.
Yeah, that's good.
So here you go.
That's just for me?
That's for you.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm about to like die.
We're doing this right. So let's crack it open and see what it looks like.
I'm about to like pee on myself. I'm so excited. Jesus. And what is this in the middle?
That is our shrimp and noodles. It's like a ramen kind of noodle.
Wow.
Now hope
I'm thoroughly impressed. I was
Are you?
expecting a crab boil, but I wasn't expecting a boil. You went all out.
I did go all out. This is, I mean, we have this at least once a week at our house. I'm not sick of it yet, so.
Oh, hell no, I wouldn't be sick of it either.
My daughter's become like a professional at eating this, and I'm like, I feel sorry for whoever you end up with because you have expensive taste.
Yeah. I had crab legs for the first time last year.
Last year,
Mm-hmm.
you were like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I've been missing out.
after I had one, I was like, man, I'm not ever going back. Well, with Corona going on, you need to drink almost. See, I'm not a good professional at these. It took me a long time to learn how to
crack these open.
Yeah, and I'm still low key learning.
So I picked up a cool trick.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
can
that is
taste-
so good. Just the little meat I did taste.
I'm glad you said it because I didn't want to be the first to be like, this is bomb.
Right, you're like, I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but
Right.
beat.
So I picked up that like I used to eat them. I used to snap this off of here and like just leave this like cluster here,
Mm-hmm.
and then like wrestle with it later. So I picked up that if you like kind of pull on it, it kind of comes off as a whole, so it just kind of keeps breaking off right there.
Uh-huh.
And then you just peel the outer layer. Then now it's like all that little meat is exposed,
Uh-huh.
and you just dip that mother in your butter sauce.
Oh, this is meat too, right?
Yeah, if it's not like hard, like kind of like plasticky. It's
I
meat.
never ate that part before. I was wasting food.
At like $15 a pound minimum.
Right, yeah. I'm spending $40, $50 just wasting meat. I took it literal. I was just only eating the leg.
Right?
I didn't know I had to eat the hips too.
Yeah, right. No, you gotta get everything, including the toes.
Yeah. I like the sauce that's in it. It's got a nice kick to it, but it's not too spicy.
Thank you. Dang, this is really good.
Yeah. And see, I made crab legs. I made king crab legs for the first time around the same time I had crab legs for the first time. Cause I was just like so enamored. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. And I did all right. Well, I thought I did all right until like I went to go eat it, and it was good. But then like I had like cold pieces inside the shell, and I was like, I thought I had boiled them. I thought they, and they didn't have no seasoning. It was just raw crab legs with a little bit of butter.
My daughter and my niece, so the other day we had like a little bonfire at my mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, hey, tell us a scary story, tell us a scary story. They're like 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, my daughter's 10, my niece is 8, about to be 9.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, tell us a scary story. I was like, nah, y'all can't handle it.
Right.
And then they're like, yeah, we can. And then I really literally didn't have no story to tell them. Like, I couldn't think of a single one.
Uh-huh.
So I was trying to be like, no, you guys can't handle it. And then, like, I made up this story. I was like, all right, you guys better put your feet up because this is going to be real scary.
Right.
You know, just sit with
Get
your feet
ready.
up already. Like, as I'm saying this, I'm like trying to think of the story. I'm like, what the hell am I going to talk about? I was like, well, the feet are already up. Let's talk about feet. So I was like, all right. Once upon a time, there was a little girl that was about, your guys' age, about almost 10.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually 2 of them. And they used to, like, they didn't have any feet. So they would sit under chairs and benches, and they would wait for other kids to sit down so they could snatch their feet and take them and try to put it on themselves so they could walk. And then like they're all like into the story. I'm like, where the hell do I go from here? So
Yeah.
I didn't have nowhere to go. So then like I just
After
like
you done terrified the children.
Right. Well, then I screamed like at the top of my lungs. I was like, ah! And, like I pointed like there was something behind them. And they look at me like I'm stupid. They're like,
They're like,
that was not scary
we
at
not.
all. Like, that was not scary at all. And I felt defeated. Like I really was hurt. Like I'm like, damn, that was supposed to scare them. So I was like, you know what? This is not the last thing.
Next time you tell that story, you need to have somebody sitting underneath the bench.
No, but you don't understand. Like I'm a creative person, so I was like, this cannot be the end of this. Like I will not be defeated by 2, under 10-year-olds.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, okay, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. And like my parents have a walkout basement with steps that head down, which is right behind where they were sitting.
Uh-huh.
So like I went to the restroom and like I opened the door and shut it with myself still outside.
Uh-huh.
And then I crawled up the stairs very, very gently. And my daughter was about to get up. She was gonna go grab something from inside. And just as like she was about to get up, I snatched both of their feet. I'm like, ah! They freaked out. Like they were so scared. And like
You done traumatized
there
them.
was tears and everything. It was the best. like, see, I told y'all I could be scary.
See, I'm not that I'm evil, but I'm not.
Right.
But no, maybe I am a little evil, but I love like watching people get scared. Like I'm a YouTube junkie,
Right.
and I will sit on YouTube all day and watch scare pranks. I will, and I don't know, like and when they scream, I just like that just like makes my day, like
That makes the whole day.
that makes my whole day, like I got dark. Not that I'm.
You're like, I'm about to expose myself. Like
I am about to expose myself. I watched a prank. It was a sniper prank, and they were all sitting at a bus stop. And one of the people there was in on it.
Right.
And they were sitting there on their phone, and it was like nighttime. And someone from across the street had a laser pointer and was pointing it at the person. And then a gunshot rang out, and he falls to the ground, and everybody's scattered like roaches. and one they did it one time. A girl was sitting on her dude's lap. The shot rang out. He threw her on the floor and started running. I was like, baby, we had to break up after that. I can't.
So you're not gonna look after me, like
Right? You're gonna leave me high and dry, huh?
At least he didn't use it like a shield or something. Like
Yeah, like a human shield. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, I love stuff like that.
I love watching people falling. I sound like a terrible
Me
person
too.
to say that.
No, I love, and it's evil because I love watching old people fall.
No.
Yeah, I do.
That's like next level. Like I'm like into like the PG, like somebody slipped on ice.
No, because I know if they gonna put it in a compilation, no one died, no one got hurt.
Right.
So I mean, like, because old people fall so funny, like they get real stiff and then just teed over, like.
Do you even know any old people?
My mom, like I know, and isn't that awful? Like I couldn't fathom my mom falling over, but anybody else I could. Like it's
Not my mama.
not my mom. I don't want to see that, but oh my god, that is too funny. I've always been like that. My aunt, she was like, I don't know why you get so much pleasure out of other people's pain, and then my uncle was like, you got a mean streak about it.
That is low-key awful though. Like
I know.
Particularly old people.
I know.
Just target them.
But see, America's Funniest Videos, they came out with the compilation videos. I was like, hey, everybody else must be watching it. I
Right.
laugh too.
You know what? We grew up watching the AFV, so you know
Me too.
it's not our fault that like we're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah. My favorite when I was a kid used to be the gymnastics. Like when they like be on the rings and then they get their feet caught in the ropes or something like that. And,
I think I stopped watching scare pranks because I used to be into that like a lot. There was this one scare prank where like somebody like scared the girl and she ran out the house and got ran over by a car. I don't know if that was like a fake video or not.
Yeah, and I always wondered that too. I was like, is that real?
Ever since then, I'm like, ooh, that shit, like, things could happen. Oh, and then also one time, like, I used to be all about pranking people. And 2 times that shit went the wrong direction. Like, it was not,
It
did not end up going the way it was supposed to be going. Okay, so you know Wendy, right?
Yeah.
I almost killed her one time. So
What?
Not
my Wendy. I love Wendy now.
That might be an exaggeration.
Yeah. I love you, Wendy.
Okay, so my parents lived in this house that has like a hill on the backyard, right? And it's like a huge hill. Like there's no house behind it. And then here's my parents' house. The hill is huge, and then there's like a landing, and then there's like a road, like a dirt road, and then there's like another hill where there's like a couple other houses, and it's almost like a little forest over there.
Okay.
So there's like a bunch of trees, and it's just a wooded area. And we used to go and sled on the back of that hill, like every time there was snow. And Wendy and I were on the same sled together, and like she was like riding in the front, and I was like.
Now, how old were you guys?
She was already married to Jose, so.
Oh, so y'all grown.
Like, we were grown folk doing that.
Y'all grown in this story.
No business doing it.
Right.
So, but I don't think we had kids yet. I don't know. I don't really remember, but no, we had to have kids because Yeah, we had kids early on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, anyway, so she was riding in the front and I was in the back. And, like, I got scared because, like, it's two people that are not small. So, momentum took over, like, physics, the law of physics. Like,
we going 60 miles an hour
yeah,
right now.
we were booking it down that hill. And I was like, oh, shit. So I was like, that man, you know, that was on that video, the sniper man. I was just like, I'm about to jump off this sled. So, like, in order to jump off, like, I had to push away from something. So, like, I pushed off of Wendy, which then launched her ass even further at a higher speed.
I wouldn't have been able to talk to you after this.
And then, so, like, she went way past that. Like, usually we stopped at the end of the landing, almost about to hit the road. So she went way past the road and, like, boom, like, wrapped around a tree. And she was like non-responsive. She was like,
really?
Dead. And I was so scared. I was like, Wendy. Like, it was like one of the most traumatic experiences. I was like, I just killed my brother's wife, like my niece's mother. Like, what? I was freaking out. And then she like gets up laughing. Like, she purposely scared the shit out of me. For like,
and that's what you get for leaving her like that,
right? Like, I never after that went sledding in that damn hill again. I was like, nope. Nope. I was like, the Lord done gave me another chance.
No, I don't blame you, Wendy. I would have done the same thing, and I wouldn't have responded back for 10 whole minutes.
I would have waited for the ambulance to come. Like, yeah, no, I mean, I deserve that. Like, for real.
Yeah, I would have had my tongue hanging out my mouth and everything. You know, I would have made it real good for you. Yeah, I used to scare my cousin all the time. He used to get so pissed off at me. We were kids, and I would be like, Quinn, come upstairs. And he'd come upstairs and I'd be waiting in the closet and I'd just jump out and scare him. Or he'd be like, and then he'd start crying. I'd be like, what? It's just a joke. Oh man, oh my God. No one got my sense of humor when I was a kid. Right.
You pissed them all off early on.
Well, hell, it's a wonder he even still talks to me. Tormented him so bad. But he's more like a brother to me. So I'm like, that's what big brothers do. You know, they scare their little brothers.
Like, that's my job.
Right, I'm supposed to. And see, he's tough now, so.
You're welcome.
I had a hand in that.
That's how, like, we're raising our daughter. Like, she has it hard enough at home. Like, not child abuse, not child neglect, though. But, like,
we beat her every day.
But she and I, like, we get along really well. Like, you know, we say things to each other, and, like, I feel like I'm doing her a solid by, like, you know, thickening up her skin. Like,
yeah,
there's not gonna be a whole lot that other kids might say to her that she hasn't already heard at home. Like,
right,
you know, and she'll have a good comeback for it. So,
and that's the thing. If you can get one up on somebody that is like being a bully or something like that, they usually leave you alone. So that's good. My mom, she did the same thing with us, but like she did it in a different way. Like, you know how like when you're like playing games with kids and you usually let them win? She would never let us win. Like, the only time we won is if we won fair and square. Other than that, she would never let us win. My poor cousin, he'd be crying afterwards. My aunt be so pissed off. I don't know why you don't let him win.
Well, we don't even play to get the points. We like literally out there trying to kill the other person to see who wins. And like, that's like how you make decisions in our family. Like, whoever, you know, wins 5 times at Super Mario, like, gets to decide what we watch on TV or like what we're gonna do. Or like, if we, that's how we settle things at our house.
So y'all have fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Nobody want to be in no boring household all the time, and that's creating so many memories that she'll remember when she get older.
Right.
And then when she has her own family, you know, she'll do the same thing.
I'll come to her house and I'll be that grandpa that's like playing pranks on the kids because I forgot that I was not gonna do that anymore.
And see, the crazy thing is, I don't want kids, really. But I want grandchildren. So I gotta figure that part out. How I'm supposed to get grandchildren.
What you do is you go get a foster child that's already 18 years old.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Now, see, I didn't think about that part. Yeah.
And then y'all become best friends.
Yeah, and I'll become a father figure,
right,
without having to be the father. Okay. Cause I like kids, but only for like maybe like 15, 20, 30 minutes at a time. Just because like I like to cuss. And plus, now I'm not cussing so much on here because I don't want to get your channel demonetized and banned and everything. But I like to cuss, and I'll be feeling bad. I'll be like, oh, I had to wash my mouth and everything. So I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
I don't want to corrupt my own children. You know?
You don't want to be responsible.
I don't want to be responsible for them going to school and cussing,
The
the teacher out. Because that's what I used to do. Now, I never cussed them out, but I used to give my teachers hell. And anybody that went to South High, Beveridge Middle School, Columbian Elementary, y'all know I used to give them teachers hell. But a lot of times, I don't know, have you ever had a mean teacher?
Yes, this one teacher in the 5th grade, she used to hate my guts. Like, I feel like she purposely singled my ass out. Like, I'm gonna make 5th grade miserable for you.
That's so funny because I had a teacher in 5th grade too, and God rest her soul, she no longer living. But I must have been her demise. But no, she hated my guts, literally. And like anybody to this day, anybody that's ever that was in that class, it was like, DJ, she really did hate you. And I was like, I know. Like, believe me, I went to the principal's office enough. I know she didn't like me. My teacher, I don't know what I had done or what I didn't do, but whatever.
No, what I didn't do.
Yeah, whatever it was, she decided that she didn't want me in class. And so I didn't want to leave. She drugged me out.
No way.
Drugged me out as I'm sitting in my desk. And as we get to the door, I'm putting my hands on the door frame. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. Help me, Jesus. Like, my friend Amanda, she still laugh about that to this day. She be like, I cannot believe you did that. I've always been a mess ever since I was born a mess. I'm gonna die a mess. Literally.
You was calling out to Jesus' name like
I was. I said, I need you to take the wheel. No, don't take the wheel. Jesus, snatch it. Snatch the wheel. I don't even want to drive no more. So,
and then Jesus took your teacher.
Yeah, no. We gotta edit that part out.
From the earth, like.
We gotta have to edit that part out. Oh my God! Then there was a time in high school that if anybody from South High watches this, and it was in the class, they know about this. They're probably laughing at me struggling to get this meat out of this leg too. I was in class one time. It was for an English class, and we had to go to the library and do some research. So the day that we went, we had to go for 2 days. The first day, I went there, and everything was all good and whatnot. So the second day I go there. Now, I don't know if you know who the librarian was.
Dr. Lomax?
Yeah. Now, I wasn't going to say her name now, but now that we done said it all out in the open, Dr. Lomax was there. And she was very mean to me, and we had gotten into it once before when I was a freshman. So by this time, I was a senior. And we were doing our report, and then so the next day I come in, and she's like, I'm making you sit over here. You drew profanity on the desk, on where the computers were. I said, no, I didn't. I swear to God, I honestly didn't. Whoever was there before or afterwards did it. So then she makes me go over to this computer, and the computer doesn't even work. So I was like, well, you done gave me this bum computer, and I can't even do my work. And so then she's getting more and more livid with me. And so I said, I'm going to this desk over here. And she's like, no, you're not. You're going to sit at this one over here. And so then she says something to me. And that day she had on a green corduroy pantsuit. Like pea green, like peas, like green beans. Green corduroy up and down with a brown turtleneck sweater. And I told her, I said, you can stand over here looking like the Jolly Green Giant if you want to, but I ain't going nowhere. And so then she started heading for the door to go to the principal's office. So I run out the door. I get past her. I run down the stairs. You know how many stairs South High had. I run down the stairs. I go to Miss Johnson's office. And I tell Miss Johnson, I said, she been picking on me. And so, I beat her to the punch. So I said, in the midst of me talking, Dr. Lomax is walking through the office door. I see her and I slam the door in her face. Oh man, but she deserved it. Am I right?
Right.
Because she was really mean. Like I don't even understand why.
If you really didn't write on that desk, like I can see why you were here.
Yeah. I was pissed off because I was like, if I did it, then fine. I deserved my punishment, but I didn't even do that.
At the beginning of your story, I was trying to figure out the whole time, like, what the fuck is corduroy?
It's this heavy ass material that you usually would wear in the winter time. And this was towards the end of the school year, so I don't know why she was so cold.
Summer as hell.
Right. Because it wasn't cold outside.
So
She had a bad attitude and bad fashion sense.
God rest her soul.
She's still alive.
Oh, is she?
I think raising hell on earth. But I'll leave her alone.
Right.
Yeah, she was awful to me. And I think that was the only mean teacher I ever had at South though. Cause someone made a post. They was like, someone was like, what was your meanest teacher? And somebody was like, Miss Aziza. Like,
I didn't have her, but I knew her because she was standing in the hallways raising hell on everybody. Like,
She was the Gestapo. I was like, what is up with this lady? Oh man, she was just mean. Yeah, she was just hell on wheels. Telling people she was famous. And I didn't want to go to South.
really?
No. Because I went to Beveridge Middle School, and so the natural progression from Beveridge was to go to Burke.
Burke, okay.
I loved South High. Because it was just so much diversity there. I wouldn't have got that much diversity at Burke.
My sister says that like one of her teachers used to laugh about how like she would drive all the way from like West Oak to go teach at South.
Mm-hmm.
And even one of my teachers told us this story. That like her like friends and family would ask her like, was she scared to pull up to school to go to South?
And actually, South Omaha is one of the safest parts of the city. To me, now I may be wrong, but
I feel pretty safe in South Omaha.
yeah, me too. Yeah, we used to go to Jacobas on the corner.
During school hours.
Right, all the black kids used to call it Jacobs, and everybody get we going to Jacobs. Like, no, it's not called Jacobs. The J is silent. Like,
Right. That's funny.
I mean, I was joking about something about the other day about South. I said, if you didn't call all your teachers Miss or Mister in South in high school, you didn't go to South High.
That's true. Is that a Latino thing?
I think that's a Latino thing
I
because
never noticed. Like that shit never clicked in my head.
yeah, no, for real, because like senora and senor or whatever, like it's like in English it's Mr. or Miss,
Right.
and so. Us black kids over there, we just started saying, "Hey, Miss," but that was like the diversity. Like we all like fed off of each other's culture,
Right.
and that's definitely what we need today.
Right.
Yeah, I loved it. I learned how to dance bachata.
You know how to dance bachata?
Mm-hmm.
Who taught you?
My good friend Jairus, and then Mireya. But those were my good friends in high school, and they taught me how to dance
You got down with some bachata.
bachata and cumbia. And I used to go to the Guacamaya.
No way. You went to Guacamaya.
I'll be the only black person dancing on the dance floor. It was so much fun though. I loved going.
Were you old enough to get into Guacamaya when you were going to Guacamaya? 'Cause they're notorious for like. I remember like being in high school, having no business in Guacamaya after Guacamaya.
Well, see, I went after I turned 18 because my mother wasn't letting me go nowhere when I was in high school. So yeah, after I turned 18, after I graduated from high school, that's when me and Jairus and Mireya, would go to the Guacamaya and we just dance all night.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I the only black one there, dancing all night.
I love that. That's awesome.
Like,
What's one of the most embarrassing things you've dealt with as an adult?
I've had so many, I guess.
Let me pay.
Being me, like, you have a lot of embarrassing moments. I was working in a coffee shop, and I was dancing, and I dropped the low, and my pants split from front to back, and I think I had to continue working the rest of the day because they couldn't send me home, and I was like, man.
You were showing everybody your better side, like.
Right? Yeah, I know. I said, think I had underwear on that day. Because caught me on the wrong day. It might have been a porno up in there.
You might have made all the tips that day.
Right.
Well, so back to you. Like, I'm glad that you were able to not be starstruck when you met Tina Turner. Like,
Oh no, I met Diana Ross.
Diana Ross.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, I can't say that.
Oh, I would probably fall over if I met Tina Turner. If I met Tina Turner, I would be like beside myself.
Like, let Diana Ross watch this video, be like, what the?
She was like, now what about me?
Like,
oh, I was beside myself. And it's so funny how that happened because, for y'all don't know, I met Diana Ross, and what happened was 2 years before that, or 3 years, me and my aunt went to go see Diana Ross in concert, and we got front row. Ooh, I caught a pepper. Or something. We went front row and we had a good time, and I almost had the opportunity to go on stage, but she ended up calling another guy on there, and so he got to dance with her and everything. So I said, if ever I get the chance to see Diana Ross, I'm going to meet her. And so when I found out that she was coming to Omaha again, me and my aunt went and got tickets, and we end up going. Well, on the way there, my aunt picked me up. Literally pulling up to the venue. I'm like, Aunt Kathy, I forgot the tickets at home. I was like, man, I left them in like my other bag, and then I forgot they were in there, and I never grabbed them out. And so then she was like, do you have the email? And so then I was like, yes. I went to the ticket booth. I ended up asking some people in line, where can I go to the ticket booth? And they pointed it out. So I went and pointed it out. They were able to print me some 2 more tickets. So I was so thankful about that. So as I'm going back to the line, the people who told me where it was, they're like, oh, do you want to, cut in line where we are? And I was like, oh, wow, thank you. They were like near the front. So I was like, well, thank you. So we get in line, and my aunt comes because she just parked the car, and there's a lady behind us who strikes up a conversation. And she's there with her granddaughter and whatnot, and so when we get inside, I'm like staking out, and I'm like a nervous wreck because how they had it was VIP, right in front of the stage, and then there was all of us, and so I was with all of us, and so I wanted to make sure I was as close as I possibly could. Well, I went to go stand over there, and the grandma that we were talking to comes up to me, and she's like, I have an extra VIP ticket. The person that was supposed to come didn't come. So do you want this? And I was like,
do I want it?
Right. I was like, you ain't even had to ask. You could just told me to come on in. So my aunt was completely fine with it. And so I go over there, and so Diana Ross comes out, and I'm having the time of my life, and like I have my custom made Diana Ross t-shirt on, and that I had made a couple of years ago. And so then when it came time to call people on stage, a guy went up there, and I was like, damn, I missed my chance again. And so then she was like, so they went off the stage, and she was like, who else? And I was like, me. But what I didn't know, there was a whole group of people who had seen me like up there. They were pointing at me too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I guess they had seen I was having such a good time. And so then she calls me up, and I'm like, me? And she's like, I barrel through the crowd. I'm stepping on people's toes. Like, I don't even care. You know, I'm usually a polite person, but I just had to be rude that day. And so I get up there, and then that's where the video starts of me dancing with her. And man, it was like a dream come true. Like, when you meet your idol that you idolized for like since you were a kid, it's nothing like it.
That sounds like it was meant to be like
Everything
lined up to. You forgetting your tickets at home was a blessing, like
yeah, that was a blessing in disguise. And the cool thing is, I still have the tickets, so I still have like a keepsake
momentum of some sort.
Yeah,
Momentum.
Memento. I had a friend yesterday. He texted me and he was like, "Oh, I love being at home by myself. I love the solidarity." I was like, "Solitude, like."
You ugly for that. Like, I'm usually that person too, though. Like in my circle, like I'm always the one like correcting people. Like, that's why I caught myself. I was like, momentum.
And see, I
called me out like.
And see, I usually try not to do it, but I was like, yeah, I gotta have to call him out. Well, this is so good.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. This butter sauce is my favorite part.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously the crab legs are my favorite, but like, I love dipping everything in the sauce.
Yeah, I've never tasted a sauce quite like it. It really is good. I mean, I'm being perfectly honest.
Thank you.
It is really good.
I know.
You're like, I know, you ain't tell me. Yeah, come and check him out. Get one of his seafood boils because it really is good. I haven't hardly looked up from my plate since we started filming.
I know. I don't think I looked up.
Yeah. They're like, they ain't looked at each other one time since the whole show started.